Hello everybody. Last week I showed you my adventures at the Dollar Tree, buying a bunch of stuff, and since then I've been working on some of it, just kind of seeing what I can do. Primarily making little tiny terrain pieces using these roughly flower-shaped bases. And so I've just been using some foam and some other Dollar Tree stuff. So I got this kind of stone pillar and some other pieces of stone here. So these are like small scattered terrain. This one I kind of shaped to the flower. This one not so much. Maybe I should use some better foam, huh? And of course that wasn't all. I also showed you in the video, but I didn't buy them at the time because I already had some. And that was these wooden beads. You know, these beads are for, of course, making necklaces or whatever. They include string, but I figured they'd make okay bricks, especially since they're all. And the best part is they're not very uniformly shaped because they're cheaply made. And so I made this little wall piece out of it. And so this is the bricks, or the beads, kind of using as bricks. The dollar store sand, which you actually get quite a bit for $1. I mean, we got this. All of this is from that dollar store sand. And I almost bought some green stuff too, just to kind of do some green, but I decided not to. And then it is painted with the dollar store acrylic paint, which you can see is kind of glossy. But it's still coated fairly well and dried nicely. So I don't have any problems with that acrylic paint, at least for base coating this terrain piece. So that's kind of been working on and off this week. So I'll probably make some more walls. I might even make like a tower. That would be kind of cool. Use some of those dowels. Yeah, I'll do that. I will do that next. I'll make a tower, put a bunch of the beads around it as a wall, and then some of the dowels to stand it on. Maybe even put another flower on it for a base. Just some ideas. And I've still got like 4 more of these. So if you had any other ideas that would work for little pieces of terrain you could put on these little flower shapes, let me know. So it's roughly the same idea as like CD terrain, just a little bit smaller. See, old CDs are very, very popular to build terrain pieces on. I think that's basically what I'm doing here. That's not the only thing I did. Last night I spent a whole bunch of time rolling out Sculpey and baking it, and that was to start rebasing one of my units. So I'm only playing one unit of boys right now in my army, in my current Freebooters army. So I figured I'd start with one unit, rebase it, and see exactly how long it takes and how much effort is involved. Because it's still a bit of a controversy. Some say, some are on the fence of, well, it came with 25mm bases, you don't need to rebase them. Others are like, well, 25mm bases gives you a competitive advantage. And it does, actually. It allows you to get more models in combat. And so it's modeling for advantage. And, I think, in my opinion, that before long, tournaments are going to start requiring orks to be on 32mm bases. So I'm going to start working on that assumption over time. So these are all just done with my Happy Seppuku pads. So we're rolled out, cut into roughly base size pieces, and then baked. So they're good, solid, hard clay. And then I glued them down, and now I get to cut the trim off the excess, so they fit the bases correctly. Then paint them. That's the nice thing about this. The only thing I don't like about this clay, this particular color, is that it's glittery. So there was gold glitter all over my fingers last night. But it is almost an exact match for the Zemistry Desert color. So the Zemistry, so if the paint wears off them, I don't have to worry about the a black showing below. It'll just show this kind of gold color. So I'm going to be trimming and painting these. I'm going to do some more work on these. This one's going to get some sand around the base, of course. And then I'm going to paint these up. And I'm going to build that tower too. I'm definitely going to do that. And so when I've done all these little pieces, I'm just going to donate them to my game store. And because I have no use for them. So besides, I mean, it's not like I'm spending a whole lot of money on them. I mean, there's just nothing to this stuff as far as cost goes. I mean, they're not great pieces of terrain, but as I said, they're just little tiny pieces of scatter terrain. So anyway, that's what I've been doing this hobby week. So real short video this week. So I will be finishing these bases up over the next few days. I'm still avoiding painting my bikers because it's just not very exciting. But I'll get into those soon enough. But for now, I'll be working on these little pieces. Any questions? Any ideas for other things I could do with these little flower-sized bases? Please let me know in the comments below. I said I got I'm going to build that one tower, so I'm going to have 3 of these left. So if you got ideas for terrain, let me know. Thanks for watching.